cool, baby. How's everybody doing? All right, man. Thanks for showing up, man. I know I play this song every set, but it's like a practice thing I do. That's some blues right there for you, bro. Wow, man. Let's have a lot of fun here. that's a number I wrote for Beatnick Jazz. Like I was watching this Beatnick Jazz video, Beatnick at the Zodiac Club, and I heard that guitar part, and I was like, damn, I gotta steal that, man. That was cool, man. So I learned it, real quick, and I tried to figure out a way to incorporate it into one of my own songs, and that one little section there, and yeah, I think I got a pretty good idea here, man. Yeah, finally. That's kind of the thing I was looking for right there. And that's another one of my Beatnick jazz tunes that I was putting together. And I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to play that, you know. So I've been practicing, coming on live on here, practicing different ways to play it. And I think that's it right there. That's like the Beatnick. That's the sound I'm looking for. It's like a Beatnick, you know what I mean? Bringing back the Beatnick style. I think people dig that, you know, just like groove into the music, you know. And one of the things I do like to do as a guitar player is, yeah, I play the lead solos, but I also like to do really cool rhythm sections in my songs too. You know, not just soloing all the time. You know, because it gets kind of monotonous when you solo solo. Do you know anything about music theory? I do. I do. How do you think I play like this, man? If I didn't know music theory, I would not be able to play like this. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So this is like higher level playing. You know, I'm not boasting or anything, but it's like it takes a lot of research and stuff to be able to play my kind of music. What I'm doing here. Um, what I wanted to do is bring back the beatnik movement because I love beat. When I heard beatnik music years and years ago, I've always thought about that. What would it be like if musicians brought back that beatnik music and made it popular, really popular? Because it didn't really take off like it should have, man. And I don't understand it because that's really good music. And it was music that was created before I was even born, you know. But if you listen to it, man, it is cool. It is really cool jazz, man. I love it. So you asking if I know music theory? I absolutely do. It's like the Ionian scale is the major scale. That's another name for the major scale. So learning the different modes, I do know modes and scales. There's Ionian, then there's Dorian. There's Ionian mode, which is major, your major mode. Then there's Dorian, which is mode two of your major, which usually goes with minor chords. And then there's the Phrygian mode, which goes well with flat five, minor flat five chords. I notice that it goes really well over minor flat five chords. And then you have the Lydian. The Lydian mode goes good over just major chords. Major chords goes well over major chords if you do it in the right sequence of chord structures. And then you have the Mixolydian mode, which is like kind of like it's kind of used a lot in blues. The Mixolydian mode is kind of, they throw that in there. Okay, and then the Aeolian scale, or Aeolian mode. I'm sorry, Aeolian mode is it's just really the major scale moved around in different positions to fit different chords so far. So the Aeolian mode is mode six. So like if you're playing an E minor and you play over the C major scale, then that's the sixth note of the C major scale, which makes it the Aeolian mode. Okay, and then you have the really, you got to know it's really only works with certain oddball chords, and that's called the Locrian. The Locrian mode is mode seven. And then you have after the Locrian mode, you have what you call you got to learn the jazz minors. You got to learn all the jazz minors, and once you learn all the jazz minors, they put the word super because they use the jazz minors in the same sense as they use the other seven modes. Only you're using the jazz minor scale. You know what I mean? So like you have super Dorian. It's weird, man. You have super major, super Dorian, super Phrygian, super Lydian, super Mixolydian, super Aeolian, and the double super scale. It's weird, man. That's true. That's jazz theory right there. And then you have the harmonic minor scales and different variations of the harmonic minors, and people, flamenco players do that. They alter the minor scales. That's kind of like an alteration of the minor scales, and that gets really confusing if you don't know it. If you don't really practice it, it takes a lot of practice to kind of understand that. So yeah, I understand a lot about music theory, and I used to know about the tables and all that stuff, and uh, cycle of cycle of chords and all that. I don't really do that anymore. I don't really need that anymore. Just for my playing, well, for what well, nobody really needs that, man. If you're a good musician, you play good by ear. Just learn those modes, learn the scales and modes, and the alterations of the scales and modes, and learn how to apply them over different chord structures. That's the theory that I know. So I use the jazz minor variations of the jazz minor mode a lot because it applies to a lot of different things. And then you got you have this they call it the altered scale. All the altered scale is the jazz minor scale adjusted to fit the chord. That's all it is, man. I mean, it's like if you got G7 sharp 5. So if I play over G sharp, oh, there you go. That would be an example of the super no super Locrian scale. Super Locrian scale. That would be an example of the super Locrian scale because you're going now what? So that fits. That's the super Locrian scale. Why is it Locrian? It's one step higher. So it's seven. It's the seventh mode, but it won't work with the regular major scale. You have to use what they call the super Locrian. So it's the super Locrian scale is the same thing as the altered scale. So if that makes sense to you. So it's like see, that sounds pretty good, man. It's not well, it sounds really good, but it's got like a real jazzy, like mysterious sound to it, but yet it fits. Isn't that weird how it fits? But if you look at the chords, if you look at the chord that you're playing over, and you kind of figure out what notes fit what particular, you have to get the book to kind of read it. It's hard to explain, but I got it from Don Latarski's book on scales and modes. So if you're interested in learning that kind of thing, which is good to learn because when you're playing jazz, you got a lot of weird chords you can come across, and you learn how to by applying the right mode. By applying the right mode, you could sound just as jazzy as the most professional jazz guitar player. You know what I'm saying? Because you know enough theory, you can do it, man. I mean, it's if you learn that. So that's kind of what got me through. I was one time I was with the Crossroads Blues Band. They didn't know I studied jazz on my own, and I got up and I invited up to play with a jazz band, and people were like, "What?" And they gave me a standing ovation, man. I was like, they said you sound really good. So I was able to do it, and it surprised everybody because they thought I just knew how to play blues, and that was it. But they found out, that no, I've been studying jazz on the side. So I kind of cheated. I studied jazz on the side, and it helped me. It helped me to be able to play it, to be able to hold my own with them and sound pretty good. Will sound like a jazz player. If you don't at least know the melodic minor mode and you try to play with a jazz band, it's not going to sound right. I've seen rockers try to do it, and really it was a disaster. You know, I like Derringer. I like Rick Derringer. I really do. I think he's a very talented musician, but I think it was a disaster when he played with Larry Carlton. In my opinion, I mean, his playing was kind of his playing totally did not sound jazzy enough for what Larry was doing. You know what I mean? And I hope he doesn't get mad at me if he comes across this video. I'm a huge fan of Rick Derringer. I think he's a fantastic guitar player, but he's a rock player. He's a progressive rock player, and he's very good at it. But when he was playing with Larry Carlton, and they were doing that Room 335. If you watch his solo, and then you listen to Larry Carlton's solo, Larry Carlton's like all over the place and just blows him away. I'm sorry, but he blows him away on that. It's because it's in Larry Carlton's genre of music. You know, Rick was jumping outside of his genre of music, and he did not sound as good as Larry. Man, Larry sounded perfect. You know, Larry just kicked ass on that, but Rick, he didn't. He was kind of faking it. You could tell he was faking it, man. Yeah, Larry Carlton's awesome, man. He is so good. He's my favorite living guitarist right now. He's the last of the Mohicans, I say. You know, he's a legend, man. You know what I mean? I really look up to the guy, uh, and he's done everything. Carlton has done everything, man. I can't even. Man, he knows how to play everything. Larry is an humble guy, but if he wants to play anything, he can play anything, man. I mean, I seen him playing with Steve Lukather, and they did the pump, and then Larry's solo came up. I thought Larry was in trouble, man, because Lukather kicked ass on that solo of the pump. If you watch Larry and Lukather on the pump, but then Larry comes up there and just blows everybody's mind, man. That blew my mind what he did, man. He was fantastic. And I was like, what? Now, that's a good guitar player, too, right there. That Steve Lukather. He's very good. I'm a huge fan of his. He's fusion. But I'm sure he could do, like, if he wanted to play straight jazz, he could. I think Steve Lukather could definitely do it. Um, so I'm a huge fan of Lukather's. I think he's great. So you got Larry Carlton and Steve Lukather. That show was fantastic. Those guys sounded so good. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Auntie? Auntie Weiser. How you doing, man? Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Steve Lukather. No, Larry Carlton can play straight jazz. Proof. Go. Here's a video. Go watch. If you think Larry Carlton can't play straight jazz, here's the proof. Larry Carlton with Les Paul, performing with Les Paul. Watch what he does. Just watch that first number he does. Oh yeah, Larry can play straight jazz. Yes, he can. He's phenomenal, man. That dude, he can play straight jazz. He can play jazz standards, all of that. Larry Carlton can do it. Yes, he can. He's great. So, so just go check out that video. Don't take my word for it. Go check out that video. Larry Carlton playing with Les Paul, and he'll play you some straight. You'll see that he does play straight jazz. Nah, I don't play that. That was a pretty good joke. That's a pretty good joke. Habika. That was a pretty good joke, man. Yeah. I play straight jazz. I'm straight, and I mean, what I mean by straight jazz, I mean he's not playing like fusion or rock or anything like that. He's just playing. You know what I mean? Just only jazz. You know, like like the jazz standards, the way jazz standards are played. Yeah, Larry he can do it. He's a smoking guitar player, man. He can play anything. I have not, he got that Strikes Twice from Johnny Smith. You know, if you watch him playing Strikes Twice, man, I mean that's a phenomenal. That was originally a jazz tune, and he turned it into a fusion rock. But Larry is he's definitely able to sit down and just play, you know, straight up jazz. You know, if another good video to see Larry Carlton playing straight up jazz is Misty. Uh, when he plays with that guy Francisco. Francisco's unfortunately he's no longer with us, but watch him playing at look up Misty with Larry Carlton, not the one when he was real young, but the one when he's older, and man, he just plays straight. He just nails it. You know, he can play jazz standards. Larry Carlton can play jazz standards like you wouldn't believe. So, I'm a huge fan of his. I think he's the best living legend right now. Him and George Benson. Him and George Benson are really the only two uh, really legends who have survived the old days that are going right now. Barney Kessel's gone. Uh, Grant Green's gone. Wes Montgomery's gone. All these guys are gone, man. There's only a few of them left, and Pat Martino's gone, and there's right now there's only George Benson and Larry Carlton who survived it, and if Larry Carlton wants to play like George Benson, he can. George Benson, I'm sure, could play like Larry. Those guys are fantastic, man. So those are two very phenomenal guitar players. George Benson and Larry Carlton. They went in different directions, but they're about equal. I think. I think I give them about equal. So I forgot about George is still alive. So it's George Benson and Larry Carlton, and Pat Metheny. Pat Metheny's still going. So I would say the best jazz players right now who are still alive, the legends, are George Benson, Larry Carlton, and Pat Metheny. Those are the three legends who are still going. God bless them. They're great. Uh, you know, that's what I think of them. You know, I like Mike Stern, but Mike Stern's more fusion. But I do like his guitar playing. I'm sure he could play standards. Alan Holdsworth, man. Alan Holdsworth was a fantastic guitar player, but he kind of went in the fusion direction. But he could play straight jazz standards too, though. So yeah, there's only a few of them though still alive, man. Unfortunately. Hello from. Oh, thank you. Yeah, he's the buddy. I got a story about him when he was a little bitty puppy. I took my son to work. I was coming back from taking him to work. I was on Highway 150, and he was out in the middle of the highway, and a semi was about ready to hit him. He's going like this with his paws. So I stopped my car and I ran and I grabbed him before the semi killed him. You know what I mean? Because if I wouldn't have grabbed him, the semi would have ran him over. That would have been the end of him. He would have been dog pancake. No, I didn't want him to be dog pancake. Oh man, I cried, dude. I was so glad that dog didn't get crushed like that. Man, that's a bad way to go, To be ran over by a semi, that's a bad way to go. Yep, what a blessing. He's the buddy. But he's a good dog. Lay down. There's a dog over here, a big brown dog. He's a pit bull. He's a special type of breed of pit bull. And he jumps the fence and goofs off, and then he like looks at you like he's smiling, and he runs and he jumps back over the fence and goes back in the yard. When somebody walks by, he barks like he's gonna kill him, but he won't hurt nobody. He just does that. If he wanted to, he could jump that fence and get you. That's what's funny. I was watching him today, and I was like, the second time I seen him jump the fence, man. There's this little dog. He's a little mean little dude. Obi next door, and he don't like me, man. And this big old dog, I didn't know he was going to do it. He jumped the fence, and he went, and he ran straight up to Obi and stuck his nose right up against Obi and scared the crap out of Obi, the little dog. Like, leave him alone. He's cool, because I've fed that dog before. I've been walking by, and I'd give him food when I was walking by and stuff. So he thinks I'm cool. But dogs are smarter than what people give them credit for. He can jump that fence anytime he wants to. He can leave that yard anytime he wants to, but he stays in the yard. He just every once in a while he screws off and he jumps the fence just to show me he can do it, man. He's real funny. I love dogs. I had dogs all my life. Almost every one of my dogs were girl dogs, but I had a couple boy dogs. But most of my dogs were girl dogs. I love dogs. I'm crazy about. What's your Les Paul? Oh yeah, this is a Les Paul custom 1975 model. Um, I got it when I was 14. I was 14 in 1975. It was the summer of 1975, and my mother bought it for me. And I was so glad when she bought me this guitar. Yeah, I've been playing for over an hour now. I'll play a tune in a minute here, but yeah, it's a Gibson Les Paul custom. Um, Uh, really nice guitar. And then the fret job on it though, there was a different fret job. It doesn't have the original professional frets. It has thinner frets, you know, like an epi. That's because I wore down 4 frets, and I got this guy to do a fret job, which I was very pissed off because he didn't put. I thought he was going to put professional frets on it, but he put the real thin frets on it. So I appreciate y'all for showing up, man. Everything. I love playing the guitar, you know. So you know, so that's Donna Lee. That's yeah, that's pretty cool song. That's pretty cool, man. It's like it's a little exercise I do. No. Oh yeah, I can play. Yeah, if you look on YouTube, a lot of people, a lot of guitar players are doing that Donna Lee stuff, and I got different versions of it. I just improvise to it, you know, just do it live, you know, like I just did without playing it 2,000 times just to get a video. You know, I played one time, I got it, dude. You know what I mean? Also, you know, what I mean, it's tough though. It is tough. So I can play straight jazz too. I can play rock too. Like here's a something's out tune. The way I play takes its toll on the strings, man. Who can name? Yeah, yeah, it's tires to me. Yeah, I was gonna say thanks. I was gonna say who can name that song, man? That portion I just did that one portion, just see who could name that song. How's that song go again? Hey man, it's good to see everybody here, man. Thanks, man. Yeah, I love playing the guitar, man. I play I play different ways, man. It's like I was playing with a jazz band years ago, man, and then I come up with I come in with this rock stuff, and they're like looking at me funny. I didn't know you could play rock, you know. So I play jazz, rock, blues. I play a little bit of everything, whole lot of jazz and a little bit of the other stuff. You know what I mean? So, well, I used to be in a rock, classic. I was in a classic rock band all through my kid years. You know what I mean? So I did all the rock stuff way back when, you know, and you know, I've been there, done that, everything, man, everything. So and then I started playing jazz in the '80s. I started picking up jazz. I was in a blues band in the '80s and '90s, but I started picking up jazz on the side, and I just kept getting better at it. And I was like, I converted to jazz, man, because I think I'm a better jazz player than I am a blues player. And that's weird how somebody finds out they're, you know, what I mean, everybody has their own niche at guitar playing. Some guitar players are bluegrass players. Some are prog rock, really great professional progressive rock. Then you got the jazz. Some are professional jazz. Each person finds their own niche, man. That's what you got to do because it's music's weird, man. It's like you're meant to play a certain type of music, and if you don't play it, you're just like okay at the other styles. You know what I mean? So I was just like really good at the other styles, but not really reaching my peak until I started playing jazz. And when I started playing jazz, I was like, yeah, that's pretty much my style, man. Yeah, you can mix. Yeah, that's true though. It's cool to mix them, man. But I'm primarily a jazz player who plays other stuff, man. You know what I mean? I do jazz the best, but I can play the other stuff pretty good too. You know, so I had to do a whole lot of experimentation to figure out where I was at and stuff with music, you know, and playing different styles. And you know, people look at you like you're just okay, you know, if you play in a certain style that's kind of outside your genre. They look at you like, ah, you're pretty good, but yeah, there's people better and stuff. But then if you find your genre, when I play jazz, they didn't say that. They were like, wow, you're really a great jazz guitar player. And so it's kind of that kind of thing goes on, you know. Um, One of the things, man, and I don't want to hurt the guy's feeling. I see this guy, he plays bluegrass, but he says it's jazz, and he puts like a jazzy thing in his bluegrass. And I don't want to hurt his feelings, but it still sounds bluegrass. He's a master bluegrass player, very great guitar player, but he's not a jazz player. You know, how do you tell somebody that, you know, hey, your genre is bluegrass, man? You know what I mean? Bluegrass is just as hard. It's just a different. You got to get a different feel for bluegrass. You know, it's just as hard as jazz, but it's a different feel for it. You know, that's his niche. That's what he does the best. You know, I'm a straight jazz player, so I'm a straight up jazz player, so I play jazz the best. But he does okay in the other fields, so he sounds really good. But his best playing is in bluegrass, like Billy Strings. You ever heard of Billy Strings? He's a phenomenal bluegrass player. I heard him one time trying to play jazz, and he sounded jazzy, but he still sounded like bluegrass jazz. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it wasn't like Wes Montgomery or Pat Martino or those are your straight foundation jazz guys. Pat Martino, Pat Metheny, Wes Montgomery. Look up Grant Green if you want really the old jazz masters. If you want to say you're playing jazz, then you got to kind of sound like what they were doing. You know what I mean? That's jazz. That's real jazz. So in my opinion, you know, so that's kind of my area right there. What they were doing, I'm along that. I play along those lines, you know. When I play the guitar. So each person, when you pick up a guitar, if you want to learn the guitar, just adventure out and play different styles and find out what you do best. You might be a blues player, or you might be a rock player, or you might be a jazz player, you might be a bluegrass player. You know, you have to try different styles. That's what I did. I tried so many different styles of playing, and like even the rumba blues. And when I play the rumba blues, you know, I play that quite well. But when I play jazz even better than I do the blues. You know, so that's how you find out where you're at. You know, you have to venture out and try different things. You know, I taught this one guy how to play the guitar, and you know, I played a little bit of Van Halen, but I wasn't really like a big Van Halen guitarist. I'm a big fan of his, but I didn't play his style. And the guy went in that direction. He could sound almost exactly like Van Halen. He was that good. He was real good. George Malrich, unfortunately, he's not with us no more. Uh, he passed away, but I taught him how to play the guitar, and he went in the Van Halen direction. He sounded like Van Halen. I mean, he could play Spanish Fly and all that shit. So he kind of went in that direction. He was very good, but he didn't play jazz or anything. He played rock. He just found out that that was his niche. You got to find your niche. You know what I mean? And then stick with it. Like Albert Lee started out as a rock guitar player and played a little jazz, and then he started messing with country, and he found out that his forte was country music. Albert Lee, he's a great guitar player, but his forte is country music, and he made it in country music. So you got to find out what you do best, and kind of go in that direction, and then you can, what I mean. That's what I think. That's what all musicians do. They kind of they experiment out. They experiment with different styles. Wes Montgomery experimented with blues, and he was like, "Yeah, blues is okay," but then he started playing jazz, and he's like, "That's for me." You know what I mean? He realized that he was a jazz player. He wasn't a straight blues player. He was a jazz player. So that's how people discover themselves. So that's pretty much what I'm saying about that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, there's different types of blues, and there's different types of rock, and there's different types of jazz. But the jazz I play is sort of goes along the lines of what Wes Montgomery, Pat Metheny, Pat Martino, George Benson, guys like that. That's the kind of jazz that I do. And then if you want, like, I also do stuff that the horn players did, like Charlie Parker and people like that. That Donna Lee is from Charlie Parker. He wrote Donna Lee. So yeah, Sonny Sitt is a saxophone player. I play a lot of his tunes, man. But he was a saxophone player. So kind of like modified. That's kind of what Mike Stern did. If you heard of Mike Stern is like saxophone on guitar, and he's very good at it. So I can dig what he's doing, because I do the same. I pretty much do the same thing, as my guitar solos kind of model after the saxophone player a lot sometimes. So yeah, it's like just find your area, and stick with it, and master it, and that's how you get. Yeah, I can play Freebird, but I was kind of doing mostly jazz, Nicholas. I'll get it in my next video, because I got to take off, man. I got to get going, but I will do it. I will do it in my next video, man. If you be looking for me, man, my next video, I'll play Freebird for you. Uh, yeah, man. So how's everybody doing? I come on here too. When I come on here, I like to talk a little bit about music theory, because I like trying to help people. So like okay, if you're playing in D, people ask me what the Dorian mode is. Okay, if you go back 2 frets to C, and you play over the C major scale. Now, starting from C, if I go up the next 2 fret positions, two half steps, or a whole step up, 1, 2, then that's the chord I'm going to make. It's got to be minor to work, because the Dorian has a minor sound to it. Okay, so I go up the neck 2. I'm playing over this, but I play, my scale is going to be over C major. Over that scale right there. So that's straight Dorian right there. But now, if you want to sound jazzy, I'm going to play over what we call the jazz minor scale, and check out the difference, man. See how much more jazzy that sounds than just the comparing the jazz minor to the Dorian mode. The jazz minor mode sounds way better when you're playing jazz. You're gonna sound like jazz. You know what I mean? That guitar, yeah, it is a beauty. It's a very nice guitar. I'm gonna actually have it refurbished though. I'm gonna get it painted. I'm gonna get new pickups put on it. I'm gonna get the professional frets back on here because I love it. I have no intention of ever selling it. There's no amount of money that I would sell it for, unless like you offered me Elon Musk's money. If you offered me Elon Musk's money, I'd sell it. But then I would buy it back. But I mean, nobody's gonna, do that. But I'm just saying, man, that this guitar is worth a lot to me, man. It's because my mother got me this guitar, and I had a wonderful mother. I had a horrible father, but I had a very wonderful mother. I had one out of two ain't bad, so I loved mom, and uh, the guitar is like every time I play the guitar, I think of my mother, man. So, um, yeah, I can never part with it. Hi, how are you? How you doing, Donna? Nice to see you. You see, you can tell a big difference. When you play over the Dorian scale, you're going to sound like a rock guitar player who's trying to play jazz. And that's pretty much what Mr. Derringer did when he played with Larry Carlton. He was playing over the Dorian mode, I could tell, and he sounded pretty good. But then Larry took his solo and was like, is another world altogether, man. Just Larry just blew it out of the water. He was just so fantastic. But Larry Carlton is a jazz guitar player. That's why he can do that. He's studied it all his life. So. Uh, oh, thank you, Donna. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. That makes me feel good. So it's good to see everybody, man. I love coming on here when there's people, man. It just motivates me to play well, play more music and stuff. And thank you so much. Thank you for checking me out. I appreciate that. I really makes me feel good. Jimi Hendrix Voodoo Child. Well, I don't have a wah pedal. If I had a wah pedal. I don't have a wah pedal. It's like, oh man. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's Pink Panther right there. a jazz player, huh? Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, man. Yeah, man. I used to play in a blues band, so I know that song. When you mentioned that, I was like, yeah, we used to do that when we used to do that number, man. That was fun. Yeah. That fits with blues, man, actually. When you're playing in a blues band, if you do that number, people love it. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. We used to play out. I'll tell you where Crossroads Blues Band used to play all the time was Palos Hills, Illinois, in a club called Roses. We used to play in Roses all the time. They had us there all the time, and we played in different places. We played at Roses, we played at Murray's, we played at Lorraine College and Palos Hills, and we used to play all over the place, man. So it was a lot of fun when I was with them guys, with those guys, you know. So it was cool. It was cool. Take me home, country road, to the place I belong. Yeah, I like that song, man. I ain't gonna play it though, because I really came out here to play jazz, and I was end up playing a little bit of rock. But that's cool. I'll play a little bit of rock, you know, with my jazz and stuff. That's pretty cool. Just kind of show, you know, that I can switch genres if I want to. You know, that's what I want to do. Is I want to form a band that we play both jazz and rock and blues, and we just blow people's minds because we'll be playing this out of this world jazz, and then we'll come up with a kick-ass rock tune, you know what I mean, and do some bluesy stuff, and then come back to playing jazz and like go switch around, you know, and that'll blow people's mind, man. They'll love that, you know. So I wanted to do that. I want to do that this summer. Hopefully, I'll be able to get together with some people and do that, you know. Yeah, I really appreciate everybody coming on here and checking me out, man. It makes me feel good, man, when people are watching me, man. I was gonna do the number peg, but I couldn't figure out how to do it just solo. Shut up! I couldn't figure out how to do it just solo, you know, just the guitar, man. That's a hard song. You know, it's Peg by Steely Dan. I wanted to do that song real bad, but it doesn't sound. I couldn't get the sound right, just me playing. You know what I mean? It's a band song. Some songs don't work when you play them solo. They're like band songs. You gotta have a backup band to make it work. You know. But that's I love Steely Dan's music. I think Steely Dan is really cool. Uh, all those older bands were good. You know. But Steely Dan kind of changed the game in rock. Man, he's one of the first people to actually incorporate jazz in rock like that. You know. And it kind of changed the game, made it better, made rock a bit more interesting. You know. Um, I like Black Sabbath too, though. I like Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Deep Purple, all those guys. I like Megadeth. I'm a metal fan. I loved Pantera. I thought Pantera was out of this world, man. And Metallica and all that. I loved the grunge movement. The grunge movement was great. You know, I like some of the newer stuff. I like Tim Henson, Polyphia. You know, I'm a Steve Vai fan. I'm a Joe Satriani fan. You know what I mean? So yeah, I venture into every kind of music that you can think of. I love it. So I'm just a music lover all the way around, man. Yeah, that's the yeah, that one. I ain't gonna play it, but that's like paranoid. We used to play that all the time. We used to play all this Black Sabbath stuff, you know. I could get into that and start playing Black Sabbath tunes for you, but nah, I'm not gonna do it this video. I'll do it in another video. Make a rock video. Yeah, Cantaloupe Island. Oh, that's good, man. That you talk about. Oh, Herbie Hancock, man. I'm a huge Herbie Hancock fan. He's great. You know who played with him on that Cantaloupe Island was Pat Metheny. Pat Metheny. They got a video together where they actually do that, and I was like, wow, that's really amazing, man. You know, yeah, that's a good song. I like that Cantaloupe Island. That's good. You know, that's some really good jazz right there. You know, yeah. But you know what I tell people when you learn the guitar, don't have a sweet spot. Learn the entire fingerboard. So you pick any random chord. That's E flat, right? That's not E. That's E flat, right? Don't have a sweet spot. Be able to play in any chord on the guitar, you know, any place on it. Learn that finger work. Because I really, it's all this is movable shit. If you could, I never understood the sweet spot because if you can do it in one place on the guitar, that all you doing is just moving down and doing the same patterns on different positions of the fingerboard. And you just got to learn those patterns, man. And it's pretty much there's no need for a sweet spot, you know. All of Me by Frank Sinatra, yeah, all that. I love all that, man. I love Frank Sinatra is great, you know. I love all the music, man. I'm a I'm a music person all the way around, man. I just love music, good music, you know. As long as it's good, I like it, you know. So I don't care about the era. It could be any year, man. You know, I don't care what the time zone is, where you know where it was from in time. I just all I care about is if it's good or not. If it's good, I like it, and that's how I feel about music, man. You know, uh, yeah, man. Music is like one of the best things in this world, isn't it? Aesthetics, man. It's aesthetics right there. It's like art. It's like an artist who paints. You know, uh, music. You're creating beauty with sounds, man. You know. Yeah. Thanks. One of my favorite bands that I used to love. Uh, Wish I could, man. Wish I could let you hold it, Rob. I would. But yeah, one of my favorite bands, my favorite band that I used to love to go see. One of my favorite bands I used to love to go see when I just wanted to mellow out and have the best time possible. That was Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac. You go to a Fleetwood Mac concert. I remember back in the day in the '70s. You go to a Fleetwood Mac concert. You leave smiling, man. And you could still feel that music flowing through you. It was so good, man. And that's one of the things I had to say about. They were always tight when they played out, always, and everybody loved them. I mean, I have never ran across a person that didn't like Fleetwood Mac. They were so good, man. Yeah, yeah. So that's the reason I was playing Rhiannon and Dreams by him, and probably a very uh, humble guitarist was Lindsey Buckingham, man. He was so underrated as a guitar player. That guy was great. He's a fantastic guitar player, one of the best guitarists I've ever seen in my entire life. But he was underrated for some reason. I don't know why people don't really recognize him as being one of the top rock guitar players, but I do. I acknowledge that what he did was great, man. Lindsey Buckingham was a fantastic guitar player. So the whole band was great, though. They were all professionals, you know, really wonderful people, wonderful people. Fleetwood Mac, yeah, I was playing earlier. I was playing Rhiannon and Dreams, so that was fun. Can I have a tuned guitar? Yeah, when you're playing that stuff, you got to make sure your guitar's in tune. when it's raining. Players only know you when they're playing. I said, women, they will come, they will go. But when the rain washes you clean, you'll Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. Thanks, man. Yeah, that's a good song, man, by Fleetwood Mac. I really, when I played that, when I used to play in a band, we would mix Dreams with Rhiannon. People love. That's what I was doing. I was mixing the song Dreams. That's two different songs that I was putting combining in together, and we used to do that. And man, people like that stuff. You know, they used to love it, man. So that's pretty cool, man. It actually on the album, that's what they did too. They would do Rhiannon first on the album, and then right after Rhiannon, the song Dreams would come on. It was just like blend right into Rhiannon, and I was like, man, that's pretty cool. How did they think of that stuff? You know, I was like, it made them rich, but it was great music, man. I mean, they deserve to be rich. That was fantastic music. It was really it felt so good when I went to go see them, man. I was like, wow, I couldn't believe they were that tight, you know. Excellent bunch of people, excellent bunch of musicians, and they really made everybody feel really good, you know. Yeah, they were real musicians. That's a fact. Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, and wonderful composers too. Not just great musicians, man. They wrote songs that were, that were really catchy. You know, there's an art to doing that, writing music. You know, it's a very hard thing to do, man. It's not easy to write music. Thanks, man. I'm glad you guys all checked me out, man. I really appreciate you coming and stuff, man. So it's pretty cool, man. Playing the guitar is a lot of fun. I love playing it, whether I'm playing jazz or rock or blues. The band I want to get together in the summer if I can do it, man. If I can pull it together, I want to do a combination of jazz, rock, and blues. So, and I want us to be so good, know so many songs that we can take requests from the on it from, whoever we're playing for. We can take requests, and maybe like I was in a band like that, and we take requests, and maybe if I didn't know the song, I would know another song by the same band, and that works. At least one of the songs by the bands that they're requesting a song. Well, I don't know that one, but I know this one by that band, and then that makes them feel good. So you're at least playing something by the band that they like. You know what I mean? So that's kind. I like doing that too. But I also want to promote my own music because I got a lot of songs I wrote, a lot of the Beatnick stuff that I wrote that I want to get out there and promote. Yeah. I've never heard that Laurel by Pinback. I'll look that up, man. I never heard that. Yeah, it's cool though, man. I appreciate everybody coming on here and listening to me play. It really makes me feel good when I have a lot of people watching and stuff, and I try to do it as much as I can, get on here as much as I can because it's helping me to get better. I've actually improved by coming on here and playing live. If you look at my earlier videos and you look at me now, I've actually improved. It's helped me to be able to play solo and pull it off. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's hard. That's the hardest thing to do. The hardest thing for a musician to do is just to play by themselves and pull it off and sound good. That's really tough. With no backup music, no backup band, it's just me and my guitar. You know what I mean? That's when you know you're you're really getting good. And then when you do that, then when you get with a band, you sound a million times better. Like if I was playing with a band, I would sound even way better than what I play here. Because backup music makes you sound even better. So it's pretty cool. It's a good way to practice. Just get on live and if I had a band, I would want my band members to do that. Like get on live and do like play like keyboard player doing it and do their thing, make videos, drums and bass player. And when you can do that, that means you're really a good musician, man. That's how you that's how you take your level of playing from here up to here, and you get a real high caliber of playing, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you all are coming and check me out, man. It makes me feel really good that my guitar teacher played with John Lee Hooker. Really? Later asked to borrow my PV amp. Never saw him again. Found out he liked meth a little too much. Oh man, some of those cats that teach guitar are kind of weird, man. I know, man. Eccentric. Yeah, again, musicians can be really eccentric, can't they? And it's too bad about Jimi Hendrix, man. It's too bad he couldn't leave the drugs alone, man, because he was phenomenal. The guy became a millionaire. What more do you want? What do you want those drugs for, man? Just smoke herb. I don't understand why he didn't just smoke weed and just, live his life and enjoy his wealth because he had a lot of money. Kurt Cobain. When I heard about Kurt Cobain committing suicide, I was like, what? Why, dude? You fought. You worked your ass off. You become famous. After you became famous, you kill yourself. Does that make sense? That don't make sense, man. I don't understand that. You work your ass off to become famous, and then once you become famous and you get that status, you kill yourself. I'll never understand that. To me that's it's really sad too. I mean, you got all these Chris from Stone Temple Pilots, or no, from Soundgarden, and the different guys, that ended their life in weird ways, man. It's like I can't understand that and take all these dangerous chances, man. It's hard to get famous, man. And once these guys got famous, then they basically killed themselves, and I couldn't understand that. Why they did that. He gave you a free lesson. He could make a toy guitar sound good. Yeah. Rabbit hole goes much deeper than we know. I know, man, dude. Yeah, the dude. Yeah, because musicians are sensitive people anyway. You know what I mean? I'm a sensitive person, man, but You know, it's like if I made it big, man, that would be my dream, man. Then I could if I made it big, man, I would buy a farm and have animals not to eat, just as pets, and take care of them, make sure nothing ever happens to them. You know, because I'm a vegan, and I would have cows and horses and dogs and cats and all kinds of shit, man. I'd have all kinds of animals, man. And nothing would happen. They'd be big babies. You come to my house, all of them be big babies, man. You let your horse sleep in the house? I'm like, yeah. John Perky, he grew up with Cobain, and he's a great musician. I will check him out. John Perky, I didn't know that. That was a good movement, that grunge movement. What they did, man. See, in the '70s, the thing was to take a simple rhythm and come up with complicated guitar soloing and keyboard soloing and stuff like that. In the '90s, it was the other way around. You take very complicated chord structures. Those bands used very complicated chord structures, but they'd use a simple, basic guitar solos. So they kind of reversed it in the '90s, and it worked for them. And I thought it was weird. You try to play some of that '90s stuff, the chords are like ridiculously hard. You know, Soundgarden used weird ass chords, and the chord structures are ridiculously hard. And then you go and you hear the solo, and it's easy. The guitar solo is easy. Back in the '70s, it was just the opposite. The rhythm part was the easy part, but the guitar solo was hard. You know, so somebody got the idea to do that, to start grunge, and it worked, man. I thought it was really cool. They would use they would use like jazz chords when they were playing grunge. They would use jazz chords, and it sounded fantastic, man. I'm a huge grunge fan. I love Pearl Jam. I like Stone Temple Pilots, Soundgarden, um, you know, all that stuff. I love Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains is kick ass, man. I love them. You know, all those bands, man, from the grunge era. Creed, you know, Creed is like, yeah, that kind of stuff, yeah. So let's see. I'll play it. See, and you got the complicated chord structure, um, but there's no lead in it, but it's got a very complex chord structure, and it just sounds really good, man. So, good stuff, man. That's what you told your guitar teacher. Your guitar sucks. He grabbed my guitar and started blazing some Randy Rhodes solo. I was blown away. Yeah, yeah, Randy Rhodes was pretty cool, man. Crazy Train. Yeah, I used to play that one. I used to know all the lead to it and stuff. It's like, I forgot. I forgot. It's like a harmonic there. Remember? I don't know, man. But yeah. Off the rails on the crazy train. Going off the rails on the crazy train. Yeah, that's the rhythm part to it. Yeah, I used to play that one all the time, man. Do you know how to play that? Do you know that rhythm part, man? Pretty. It's not too bad. The rhythm ain't too bad. There's the lead solo is really tough. And there's like a harmonic part in there. I forgot how it goes, man. I was trying to remember the harmonic part on the guitar. It's kind of weird. Yeah. Going off the rails on a crazy train. I don't remember that harmonic part though, man. I was trying to think about how to do that, man. I used to know there's some of the stuff. It's been a while since I played that stuff, but yeah, I love John Mayer. I think he's a very good, very great guitar player. Very good singer. He can sing good too, man. The guy's got both. Some guitar players don't have both, but they think they have both. I'm a like a mediocre singer. I'm not a good. I wouldn't be good enough to like sing if we played out. I don't want to sing. I want to get a singer. I'm like Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page was thinking about singing for Led Zeppelin, and he tried it, and he's like, "That's a disaster." So he got Robert Plant to do it. You know what I mean? It's like you got to realize, that, you know, you do what you do what you got the talent to do. Like he's a talented guitar player. I'm a talented guitar player, but I can't sing good enough. I can't sing well enough to sing in a band. I don't think, you know. I want to get a singer. I want to get a band together, get a really good singer. This time I want to find, you know, people who are really good, you know, and do it that way, man. I appreciate everybody checking me out tonight, man. It makes me feel good, man. Uh, the people came and stuff. Uh, yeah, but I love John Mayer, man. I think he's really good. I love his music. I mean, I love his music. I think he's a fantastic musician. He's got like a bluesy, soulful style that I like. Uh, so I do like him. I think he's very good. So okay, man. Anyway, I gotta get off of here. So I'm gonna. What's your favorite? Oh man, I can't think right now. I have to get back to you on that, man. I haven't listened to him in a while, man. I mean, I love his music. I've seen him. He's a skinny guy. He's really good. I can't remember. I can't really think right now. But yeah. Uh, so anyway, I gotta get off of here. Yeah, I gotta let my dog out, and he's going crazy. I've been there almost 3 hours now, and he hasn't been outside. Shh. You play good, keep it better whenever you put together. Sound great in the clover. The has always been trying to find guys that are dependable, musicians that are dependable. I know, man. It's like, but if you got something really good and people see it, usually you can find somebody. I think I'd be able to, you know, if I get as you get the popularity, you know, I'm trying to get more popularity just playing by myself. Then maybe other musicians will come along and say, hey, man, this guy's got something. Maybe we'll join him. You know, I'm hoping to do that. You know, just somebody will come along. Hey, man, I think you play well. And uh, Mud taught Clapton, Beatles, etc. Yeah, Clapton was uh, a really awesome guitar player. I liked him best in Cream though. You know, so I think he's very good. But I liked him the best. His guitar playing the best when he was in Cream. He was fantastic. Yeah, yeah. I like ACDC. Yeah, I'll do it next time I get on. I gotta let my dog out. Unfortunately, I gotta take off, man. I gotta get going and stuff. But hey, guys, thanks for checking me out, man. I'll be back on here. Probably I'm gonna try to get back on here later on tonight. I'll try to get back on here later on tonight. I'm gonna leave the video up. You can come back and check it out if you want to hear what it sounded like and stuff. You can check me out. And I started out with some jazzy stuff and that's I call him Blackie. He wouldn't come to any other name, so I just start calling him Blackie. And I gotta let him out. I gotta feed him and stuff. And he's hungry and he's spoiled and he wants his way all the time. So I'm gonna take him out. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna take off. I gotta let my dog out, man. Thanks for coming by, man. Yeah, I gotta feed him. He's wanting food and water. I gotta take him out and stuff. So thanks for checking me out. I will be back on here probably. I'm going to try to get back on here one more time tonight, and do some more jam and play some more rock stuff that you guys want to hear, you know, and do that. But thanks for coming and checking me out, man. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. If I don't see you tonight, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow, definitely. Okay, thanks. Peace. Thanks. Bless you, Joseph. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. All right, peace. Take care.